Hi, I'm Elizabeth Eshelman of Eversprung String Gardens, here to talk to you today about watering your string garden. Now, even if you don't have a green thumb, you'll likely have success with a string garden if you can simply remember to water it once a week. Now, unlike a regular houseplant where you have to determine how much water to pour in, here all we're going to do is submerge the moss ball in water. And we're going to let it soak until we don't see any bubbles come up in the water anymore. Generally, that's about a 2 to 3 minute soak. It may be a little different if the ball is larger or smaller, so there is some technique to it, but again, you're not going to mess anything up. My one recommendation though is if you have a ball that has live moss on it, as this one does, it's fine to let it go on the longer side. Now, if you purchased an Eversprung string garden, likely it came with a tag that told you to soak the ball for 10 minutes. You're not going to hurt anything by soaking it for 10 minutes, but the more I've worked with these, the more I've revised that and thought it really is better to just give it a few minutes, watch for those water bubbles to stop coming up. Now, the alternative to the live moss is preserved moss. I sell string gardens with both kinds, so if you're trying to determine which yours is, the preserved moss has a more painted green look about it. And in fact, with the preserved moss, the green will bleed out a little over time. And so for those particularly, I recommend not giving it a longer soak than it needs. Just 2 to 3 minutes should be sufficient. On the live moss, I might let it go a little closer to 5 minutes. Also with live moss, especially if you've just purchased it from me, you'll want to mist the moss ball daily or every couple of days for a while. The moss likes to have that extra humidity. You don't need to mist the plant itself unless the plant is a fern. If that's the case, then go ahead and mist the whole fern and the moss ball as well. So here we go. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration so you can see how to do it. I like to water mine in the bathtub. I have a mixing bowl of water here to make it nice and easy. And we're just going to dunk the ball in and then we let it drip dry. So here we go. Now, as you can see for this little tree, since it needs some help balancing, I usually just hold it in place. And if this were real life, we would let this go for a good, this one I'd probably do about 5 minutes because again it has the live moss. But when it's ready to come out, all you would do is pull from the string. You don't want to just pull the plant up. Let it drip out a little bit. And then I like to just hang it on the shower head so I don't have to hold it the whole time. Whoops. Just make sure it's hanging nice and evenly the way you want it. And just let it drip out until it's ready to go back to its place. That's all. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, you can always email me, eversprung@gmail.com. Thanks.